Alright, pretty much logarithms are kind of like the opposite of exponents, okay? The biggest, star this, most important thing is this right here. It says our logarithm, we say log for short, of base b of x is y. That is so confusing that we just think of it as b to the y power is x. Okay, so all you're doing is taking your little number, you see how this is subscript, turning it into your base. Your answer becomes your exponent, and this number is your answer. Okay, so let's try an easy one. If I had log 2, 4 equals 2, turn this 2, I probably shouldn't use 2, okay. This 2 becomes our base, okay? So we have 2. Our answer becomes our exponent. And then what you have here for your x now becomes your answer. So how 2 squared is 4. Yeah, always. Okay? So you kind of have your answer given to you. You just got to rearrange your numbers. Okay, like I said, most important thing, subscript becomes your base, whatever equals becomes your exponent, shift this number out. Okay, so looking at log 2, 16 equals 4, what is my base? 2. What's my exponent going to be? 4. Is 2 to the 4th 16? Yep. So we got this answer right here. Okay. How about log base 3 of 9 equals 2? How would I rewrite that one? 3 squared equals 9, yeah. So we got that right there. How about log base 10 of 1,000 equals 3? 10 cubed equals 1,000. Good. And our last one is our standard equation. Okay. Like I said, you can kind of mess with this. Like if you look at 3, 9, and 2, it's not 3 times 2. That doesn't make sense. 9 to the 3rd power. No, what makes sense is that 3 squared is 9. Okay, so your little number becomes your base, your answer becomes your exponent, and shift the other one out. Okay. I know this probably looks super confusing. Who's super confused? We're doing okay so far? Okay. We can work backwards, writing our exponents as logs. Okay, so I'm going to write this one down here as an example. We had log 3 of 9 equals 2, and that became 3 squared equals 9. Okay, so moving backwards, I like to start with the base. Okay, my base is 3. That becomes our small number. So if I look at 36 equals 6 squared, what's my subscript, my small number going to be? 6. So I'm going to have log of 6. My exponent becomes my answer. So I'm going to have equals what over here? 2. And then 36 is what's left. I think that's the easiest way to think about it. If you just like to write them all out at once, that's A-okay with me. Questions there? Okay. Another way to think about it, 6 to what number gets me 36? 2. Okay. It's another way to think about it. How would I turn 3 to the 4th? What? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a question, you can ask right now.
Good.
Okay. How would I turn 3 to the 4th equals 81 into a log? Log base 3 of 81 equals 4. You guys agree? Is 3 to the 4th power 81? Yeah. Okay. This next one's a little bit trickier. I have 125 equals 1/5 to the negative 3rd power. Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so when you're figuring out what goes after log, it's always going to be the one with the exponent, right?
It's always your base.
Yeah.
So like whatever is getting
where it's
taken
3
to the power.
4th, so that's or like how it's 6 to the 2nd, whichever one has like the exponent or something attached to it's going to be yours.
So not the exponent, but whatever's getting taken to the exponent.
That.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So that was my question.
Okay. So you know I'm gonna have my log. What's gonna be my subscript, the small number? Yep, 1/5. What's gonna come next? 125, and then it's gonna equal negative 3. So 1/5 to the negative 3rd power is 125.
Awesome.
Okay.
You have like graph these.
Not today. Okay, questions? Like I said, I know it's all super new, not familiar, but super new. But not too bad so far. Right. This says a common logarithm. So if there's no little subscript, we assume that it is a base 10. Okay? So instead of writing log small number 10, if it just says log of x, we assume that the small number is 10. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So here, I have log 100 equals 2. How would I write that as an exponent? What's my small number, my subscript? 10, because it's not there. Okay? So 10 to what power? Equals what? 100. Is that true? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. How about if I got log base 6 to 16 is 3? How would I write that as an exponent? 6 cubed equals 216. What's nice is you can always check, right? I can put 6 cubed in my calculator. If I get 216, it works.
9.
Okay, Allison got the next one. What are we doing?
It would be 1/3 negative 2 equals 9.
And then I'm just going to add parentheses here because we got a negative. Are we sure that one works out? If I got a 1/3 and a negative, don't I just bring the 3 up? So it's like 3 squared? That checks out, right?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Questions on any of those? Okay. The next stuff. We don't have an answer. We gotta come up with our answer. Okay? So when it says evaluate and there's no equal sign, what I want you to do is put equals x. Okay? So we need to figure out what the log base 5 of 125 is. Okay? So how would I rewrite that if I have my equals x? 5 to the x power equals what? 125. Does everybody agree with that? Okay. So what would my x have to be? Sure. What's 5 to the 3rd power? 125. So does it work? Yeah. Okay. log base 64 of 8. We're going to add in our equals x. So how would I rewrite that? 64 to what? To the power of x equals 8. Okay, even though it looks like it should be the other way around. 64 is my small number, so that has to be my base. Okay. Anybody got a guess on what x should be?
-2.
-2? Half. Okay. 64 and 8. Do any of them have a common, like what's another way to think of 8 using exponents? Say that again. 2 to the third power. Can I rewrite 64 as 2 to some power? Yeah, what? So if I can write 8 as 2 cubed, I can write 64 as 2 to the what power? I think 8's too much, isn't it? I think 6 is right. So 2 to the 6th is 64. 2 cubed is 8. Would you guys all agree with that? Okay. Well, now that I have a common base, I want this exponent to equal 3, right? So what do you think I should do with those two things? Divide by what?
3.
I want these to be equal, right? I want my exponent on the left to be 3. So just set it equal to what you want it to be. If I divide, what do I get? 2. 3 divided by 6 is 2. Half. Is there a way to check this?
Yep.
Yeah, what can I do? Take 64 to the 0.5 power, what do you get? So does it work?
Do we have to do all that writing, or can we just try
We just
You
guess.
gotta guess and check?
Well, it's not the hard ones.
Well, it's gonna get harder. So if you don't have a nice base, like here, we knew 5 to the third is 125. If you have something that doesn't work directly, I want you to solve it this way. Okay? Let's try C. First thing I gotta do is set it equal to what? Equals 32? Equals how much? Do I know?
Okay.
X. Okay, now set it up. What's my base? 4. What's my exponent? Equals how much? 4. Does 4 to some number get us 32? Some nice whole number? I don't think so. So what can I do with 4 and 32? Divide by 4. Find a common base. Can I use 2 again? Yeah. 4 is 2 to what power? How about 32? That's 2 to what power? To the 5th. So I want what to be equal. My base is the same.
2x equals 5.
Yeah, I want my exponents to be equal. 2x equals 5, so how much is x? 2.5. 2.5, 5 halves. I don't care if you write decimals or fractions, either one works with me. This, you probably would take 1,000,000 hours to guess. I would assume.
It actually took me about 30 seconds.
Show your work. Okay. Question so far. If it's even, I would try to. Okay. How about D? First thing I gotta do is what? Actually, we're gonna have to change this problem. We don't like twos. Twos are boring. How about log base 81 of 127? Can I erase this?
Yes.
First thing I do is set it equal to what?
X.
X. Next thing I do. 81 to the x power equals how much? 127. Are 81 and 27 the same power? No. 2 is not going to work as a base. What is going to work? 3. 81 is 3 to what power? 4. Ooh. I have a 1 over, so that means my exponent is going to be what? A negative. So then 3 to what power is 27? 3. Yep. So 3 to the negative third power. Now what? Our bases are the same, aren't they? 3 and 3. So that's a check.
4x.
But my exponents equal 4x equals negative 3x equals negative 3/4. Negative 0.75. Either one works for me. Questions there? Jonah, are you with me, dear? Okay. Wasn't sure if you were napping or not. I wasn't sure if you were napping or not. So the first thing I do on E. Equal to what? Now what? Could I put a nice number in, like a 16 squared 64?
Two.
16 squared is 64? So you're saying my base should be what? 4? Why not 2? Does 2 not work? Is 2 to some power 16?
No.
So you're saying use base 4? So how do I get 4 to be 16?
It's 4.
4 to what power 16? Great. Good.
So just do 2 to the 4.
Yeah, 2 to the 4th works.
Yeah.
You could use 2, you could use 4.
So
It's the magical thing. Use whatever works as long as your base is the same. You said you can get a 4 out of here too? 4 to what power? Third? Do I have a common base? Yeah. If you did a 2, would you have a common base? Probably.
Maybe 2 to 6.
Either way, you should get the same place. Now that I have a common base, what's the next step? Exponents equal, so 2x equals 3, so how much is x? 3 over 2, 1.5. So if we did it with 2, we got 2 to the what power? Is 16?
2 to the 4, and then it was
6. 6 divided by 4 is 32. Same answer. Okay. Questions? None. I feel like we're a little bit dead. Maybe we'll liven up. Who knows? Alright. Last one of the day. We got earthquakes. In 1995, there was an earthquake in Mexico. That was an 8 on the Richter scale. In 2001, there was one in Washington that was 6.8. I want to know how many more times intense the 1995 earthquake was in the 2001. We got this nice formula where I's are intensity, math, and my Richter scale measurement is my M's, the magnitude. Okay. So what do I know? Do I know the intensity levels? No. Do I know my M's, my magnitudes? Yeah. I got 8 and 6.8. So log. I'm just going to say log of x because we don't know what our intensities are, right? Right? Okay. Do I want to put the 8 first or the 6.8 first? 8. So 8 minus 6.8. Can I simplify anything before I get going? What is 8 minus 6.8? 1.2. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something. How do I know what my little number is, my subscript?
It's 10.
It's 10. So how would I turn this into an exponent?
10 to the
10.
Equals what? How do I solve?
calculator.
Calculator. Take 10 to the 1.2 power. And what do we get? 15.8. So which one? My Mexico one was almost 16 times more intense. I rounded. 15.8 times more intense. Okay. Questions? Like I said, I know this is all new stuff. Ask if you have them.